What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. A couple weeks ago I was watching one of Paul Harrell's videos. If you've never watched Paul Harrell and you're new to the internet, go check out his videos. He's got some great content. But what they were talking about was what they called a 3-day bag, or what some people might refer to as a bug out bag, or we're going to call it a truck bag, because that's what it would be for me. Throw it in the truck, leave it there, and if things go sideways, you can get by for a few days. Now, there's a few caveats I want to put in right up front. First of all, I did not purchase anything specifically for this bag. This is all stuff I had on hand, so a lot of it is not perfect, but it'll get the job done. I'm not an ultralight camper or a backpacker, so a lot of the gear that would make this thing lighter, more efficient, I just don't have. That was kind of the fun part of it, is going around and gathering up stuff that I did have on hand so that I could throw together an emergency bag, throw it in my truck, and be ready. Now, let's start off with this by a pocket dump, because we all know that what you carry on your person is a big part of getting you through situations. So one thing I carry is a Nebo Slim Mini, little bitty light, but guys, I love this thing. It throws off a ton of light, it lasts a long time, and it's super slim, fits right in the pocket. Of course, we got a wallet with a few cards and some cash. Keys. On my keychain there's a whistle, super loud. I got a little vial to carry a few days of medication that I might need, and of course my keys, and this nice little titanium clip, which is handy for just sticking it on the pocket. Of course, I'm always going to have some sunglasses in the truck. I carry this little mini Swiss Champ. It's got scissors, little screwdriver, blade, handy little tool. I've done a video on this before, so check that out. Knipex pliers. I almost always carry at least one pair of these. They're super handy. They get wide. Nice to have. Some sort of lighter. This is a butane. I like the butanes because, man, you can start a fire in some pretty bad conditions. And then the Victorinox Locksmith. I've only had this for about a month. I've been really happy with it. I'm going to do a full review on this knife, maybe in a couple weeks. I want to use it for a while, but so far I've been absolutely happy with it. And of course, I usually have a sidearm of some sort. Now, since we're calling this the truck bag, one firearm I keep in my truck is this Airweight. It's a 357 38 special, super lightweight. I don't carry this on my side all the time. If I know I'm going to be out camping, or if I'm going into a situation that I'm not comfortable with and I feel like I need a 357 or a 38 special, then I'll carry this. But for the most part, it is just a truck gun. And of course, living in the country, you got to have some sort of rifle in your truck. This is a Ruger 1022. I mean, what can you say about it? They work. They're compact, great firearms. Now let's get to the bag. This is an old JanSport Airlift. Guys, I've had this bag the better part of 25 years. It's been a good bag. It's obviously not ideal for hiking. I'm not going to hit the Appalachian trails with this thing, but it's, JanSport back in the day made some good stuff. I don't know what their quality is today, but I had this on hand, and it held what I think I need. Now, the total weight came in right at 25 pounds. I wanted to hit about 20, but there's probably some stuff in here I don't need. and some of it's heavier than what you could get if you went out and purchased something, obviously. So yeah, let's get into it. I tried to keep the stuff I would need handy right on top. So we'll start with this main compartment back here. We got just a lightweight poncho. You can throw this on over the bag. Yeah, keep you out of the rain. We've got a Woolrich, just an overshirt. Wool is great because it'll keep you warm even if it's wet. And you know, kind of had to assume that we're going to be dressed appropriately for the season. But you know, say it's springtime, you know, you got some lighter stuff on, but it gets cold and wet at night. Might want to have a little something to throw on top over that. We've got our fire making bag here. There is a candle, a couple of these tins. Just threw some tea lights in there. I found that these are handy when the power goes out at the house and stuff, so might be kind of nice to have a couple of these in that situation. Here's some fire starting material. Good old Bic lighter. I mean, you can't beat that. And then we got a magnesium fire starter if things get bad. All right, next we got a smaller K-bar. It's not the full size. I've had this thing for years. It's been a good knife. Definitely something I take with me when I'm camping or out in the woods. But you do want to have a bigger knife. All right, next in here we have poncho. This is a poncho tarp. It's a military piece. This one's old rubber kind. You can get these, of course, in a much lighter weight material now. This thing weighs a good couple, 3 pounds, but it will keep you dry. And one of the things that we have on here to help with shelter building is this Allen shooting stick. It's not only is it a walking stick, but it functions as a rifle rest as well. It expands out pretty tall, really. So you could use this to help make a shelter, as well as walk a trail and use it as a rifle rest. Next thing we've got, and this is you know, this is an all-season bag. You don't know what's going to be in front of you in any given situation. And I found when you're in a cold weather situation, you lose so much heat through your head. So if you can keep your head warm, man, you're pretty far ahead of the game. And this old rabbit, the rabbit lined hat, man, I tell you what, if you're cold, you put this on, it makes you feel a ton better. It is super lightweight. It's as light as a sock hat, but it will keep you much, much warmer than just old sock hat would. Also in this bag, we've got a couple changes of socks. We've got a towel, which could be used as a pillow too. A change of base layers, or to add on if you're not dressed warm enough, having a set of base layers, and of course some wool socks. Wool, again, when you're wet and cold, wool will help keep you warm. And in the bottom of this bag, this compartment, we've got just a lightweight sleeping bag. It packs up super small though. You know, I think this is probably good down to 20 degrees or so. It's from Guide Gear, Ultra Light 600. Here in Oklahoma, when we go camping, you don't normally need a very warm sleeping bag. So this is perfect. And again, you know, you got to take into consideration what region you're in. And here, this will keep you warm 99% of the year, especially if you're dressed up inside of it. All right, in the next compartment, we've got first aid kit right on top, easy to get to. Now, you're not going to be able to perform surgery with this thing, but it'll take care of you know, some minor cuts and things of that nature. There is a space blanket in here. And then, of course, just a mix of bandages, butterfly strips, gauze. There's first aid creams, several medications that you might need, aspirin, NSAIDs, some super glue. Super glue is really handy when you're out in the field and you need to close up a cut. So yeah, just a basic first aid kit. The one thing I would add to this would be a tourniquet of some sort. Of course, you can fashion one out of some of these other items, but having a tourniquet on the outside of the bag is definitely one thing I would add. We've got a Berkey water filter bottle. I bought this probably about a year ago. This thing is really nice. It will filter out some pretty cruddy water. Now, they're higher than a cat's back, but they do work well. I bought one for me, my wife, and my daughter, so that when we're out doing something, we always have a way to filter some water. All right, next we're going to get into kind of the food part of it. And in this one, I mainly focused on just high calories. You know, if you're in a bad situation, you just need to fill yourself up and give yourself some energy. Some sausage. We've got some tin foil in here, probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet of it. A couple hand warmers. Some canned ham. I wouldn't eat this at home, but man, it's calorie dense food. A couple trash bags. We've got some water treatment stuff here. So if you get, you know, some really bad water, you can make sure that all the viruses and all that nasty stuff is killed. A couple wet wipes, and then just something to cook in. Really lightweight bowl. You boil water in it. There's a lot of uses for this. And then our main food bag, we've got a couple MREs, which you don't even have to heat those up. You can just use them as they are. A couple packets of salmon, some coffee, and some spices, and coffee filters. These can be used for a ton of different things. Next up is something I've never seen anybody put in their bag, and this comes back down to where you are and what's available to you locally. Here in Oklahoma, we have tons of water, lakes, ponds, streams. There's more shoreline in Oklahoma than there is around the entire United States. So I put in this old Daiwa Minicast. And if you've never seen these are really cool. They're just a collapsible rod and reel system that you can put together. It weighs almost nothing. I mean, the heaviest part of it is this right here, and I mean, it's less than a pound. And then of course some hooks and a couple bobbers and things like that. I mean, I know I can go to any pond or lake and catch what I need to eat with this right here. A lot easier than trying to hunt. Yeah, I can throw a hook in the water with a worm, and I know I'm gonna catch something to eat. So it's a little bulky, but it's really light, and in that kind of situation, super handy. That's it for that compartment. We'll work our way forward here. Now we got a lot going on in here. Flashlight. Now we got the Nebo Slim, but we need something else for longer term use. Now this is the Big Larry 2, and the reason I picked this one is it runs just on double A's, and we can throw some extra double A's in here. I've had this flashlight a long time, and it's still on the original batteries. It lights up here as well as here, and you've got a red light, and then you've got a flashing red light. So in an emergency situation, this would be a nice light to have. You can also clip it on your shirt if you're walking in the dark. Yeah, the Big Larry 2. Big fan of Nebo stuff. Not sponsored by them, but I wouldn't mind if I was. There's a couple local maps, some writing paper, and just a small sewing kit. Got some duct tape. Duct tape has 1,000 different uses when you're out in the field. We got another small water bladder. Doesn't weigh anything, doesn't take up any space. Roll of trash bags. These could be used for a lot of different things. If you need a ground tarp, if you need to throw it over your bag when it's raining. Yeah, again, doesn't weigh much, but multiple uses for these. And then we got some 550 paracord. There's about 100 feet here. Super strong. You know, for the weight, you just can't beat it. And then I've just got some line here. Again, you almost can't have too much cordage if you're in that situation. Then there's a few of these quick bungees, just to help with tying down tarp and things of that nature. I've got a Victorinox knife sharpener here. It has the pull through as well as the stone. Works really well. It's small and compact, and again, lightweight. Just a Sharpie marker in case you need to leave a note. Let people know where you are. And then this is my toiletry bag. All I've got is some toothpicks, a little bit of mouthwash, and some hand sanitizer. And on the other side, just a little bit of soap. And that's it there. Next, we'll get into this compartment. And this one's pretty important when you're in a bad situation. You know, you probably got some money on you, but it's a good idea to have some extra in your bag. And in here, we have a little bit of cash, you know, a couple $100. And we also have some silver and a little bit of gold. You know, gold's super lightweight, and you know, if you need to do some bartering, it might be a good thing to have. There's all kinds of situations that could pop up where you need to do some trading for something. Silver and gold is a good bartering tool. And then I've got a good high quality compass in here. Now we'll go into this front compartment, and this is just stuff that I kind of wanted to be able to get to easily. We got a little bit of medical tape in case you get some blisters or something like that. A little bit of Zen, sorry, gotta have it. And then we've got a Nebo headlamp. I've had this for years. Been a great light. I will say that over time, this has loosened up a little bit, and there is no way to tighten it. So that's one suggestion I would make to Nebo, is that it'd be nice to have a screw to be able to tighten this down. But the light itself has been absolutely wonderful. It runs for a long time. It's a nice bright light, has lots of settings. And then I've got a backup charger for my phone, which I don't think well, there's my phone. But yeah, just a backup charger for my phone, obviously GPS and SOS and all that stuff. And then we've got one more compartment down here, and this is kind of the armory. We've got the 1022, so we've got some of this Ely high velocity ammo. It's a 38 grain. There's 50 rounds in here. We've got a little bit of shot shell for the 22. And then for the 357, I've got some extra rounds in here and a few shot shells for it as well. Got a 50 round mag for the Ruger 1022. A couple extra Ziploc bags. Some extra fishing string. And then we've got this Pocket Boy saw. You know, there is a saw on the Victorinox locksmith, but man, if you've got to process some wood, this thing right here will really work well. It's silky. Been super happy with this thing. It's pretty small, and yeah, it'll really cut through some wood. Now it does weigh a little bit, and it's not something that, it's kind of a redundancy since you have the saw on the locksmith. And then just some AA batteries for the flashlight. You know, these batteries right here will run that flashlight for a long time. So anyways, guys, that is my truck bag. Like I said, I didn't buy anything specifically for this bag. It's just stuff that I had. And but I think there's enough stuff here to get me through a pretty tough situation. Let me know what you guys think. I know some of you are probably going to tear me down, and that's fine. But anyway, that's the Firearms and Fellowship truck bag. Hey, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, have a great day.